Corinthians chapter 4, starting in verse 7. 2 Corinthians chapter 4. I'm going to start reading in verse 7. I want to say congratulations to Amanda and Darrell had birth of their son last week. Tosh is his name. I didn't get any length wait, but we will be in that soon. So thank God for a healthy baby. I'd also like to be in prayer for Pastor Munson as well as Pastor Ford, but they are speaking at different churches today. So they are using their gifts elsewhere. So thank God for opportunities for them to spread God's word. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, starting in verse 7. If you could stand for the reading of God's word. God bless you, Brother Block, with asking about your man. Good to see you, sir. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, starting in verse 7, and it reads, "But we have this treasure in jars of clay, to show that this all surpassing power is from God and not from us. We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. We also carry around in our body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be revealed in our body. But we who are alive are always being given over to death for Jesus' sake, so that his life may also be revealed in our mortal body. So that death is at work in us, but life is at work in you. It is written, I believe, therefore I have spoken. Since we have the same spirit of faith, we also believe and therefore speak, because we know that the one who raised the Lord Jesus from the dead will also raise us with Jesus and present us with you to himself. All this is for your benefit, so that the grace that is reaching more and more people may cause thanksgiving to overflow to the glory of God. Therefore, do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is seen is eternal. And God, I bless you to the reading, hearing, and doing of his word. Let us pray. Precious Father, I pray now that you speak through me. Move me out of the way, God. Come in this house. Saturate us with your spirit. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in our sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Amen. Amen. Be seated. Come on, sweetie. I ask you to help me. Jane, I'm going to let you rest. Title of my sermon today is Learn How to Cha-Cha. Learn how to cha-cha. Now, those of you deep folks watching or sitting in the audience may be caught up by the topic. Don't get caught up by the topic. But try to listen to what I'm trying to explain. Sarita, without any music, is getting ready to roll out for y'all what the cha-cha is. So, show us what the cha-cha is. Do it again. Now, y'all see what she's doing? She's doing the cha-cha. Now, if we broke the cha-cha down, she simply, if I can follow her, she took one step forward and one step back. Is that right? inside the church. vessel called our body that stores a power source that is so powerful. I heard somebody say just one drop of sweat from the power of God could drown the whole universe. He got power on top of power on top of power on top of power that lives on the inside of us. And yet sometimes we don't always understand because we want to stay in a stuck position just because it looks like we're losing the fight. We are not losing. I don't care what the media writes. I don't care what the media says. I don't even care what the people say. I don't care what you say, what you see with your human eyes. I'm not worried about the things that can knock us off. And I was reading an article, how do you stop yourself from self-sabotage? Because usually, anybody guilty of this, you start a diet, you lose a couple pounds and it's going good, and somebody gave you a cobbler or a banana pudding and say, I just want you to taste it. You try to eat one piece, you know how you get one piece and you eat another piece and then you ate it all up. So then you say, well, since I had messed up, I might as well just go all the way back. One little slip up turns into a whole major setback because we have the inability to change. We have the inability to know that God is in the midst of what's going on in our life, even though something may happen to stop us. Paul says we have a great treasure that's in this earthly vessel. We have the power. A long time ago, that song said, I got the power. We have the power to accomplish anything through him. He says we represent his death in our power. And I think that means a couple of things. Number one, I think it means we have to be crucified. His body was crucified for us. We have to be crucified for our neighbor, whether we get some reciprocity or not. It is our job to die for our neighbors. Lucy is saying, no, you're supposed to talk. Well, I ain't doing my neighbor don't do anything for me. I'm not doing anything for them. I know that's not true. That's somebody that says that. That's the wrong attitude. Paul is trying to really help us and help the church at Corinth understand we got to stop all this stuff internally. Not just Proverbs, I'm talking about the church, period. Let me tell you what was so heartwarming for me yesterday. Just being out there with y'all, there was so much love in the parking lot. People can walk by here and say, I know they love each other. Yeah, it was evident that this is a church. So y'all kind of got tricked. Not really, that's not true. I didn't trick y'all. But again, we have that can end. Because the internal reward we're going to get is going to make all this stuff working. But why are we here? Can we empower somebody? Can we equip somebody? A little bit of hope for them, know that God is real, that we don't have to walk around here with our heads hung down. We don't have to walk around here defeated. Because we are not. Paul is trying to help us see that no matter what state we find ourselves in, we're going to be content. We're going to be able to lift up the bloodstained banner. We're going to be able to walk this thing where He's called us to do it. There's great work for us to do, and we are doing it. Not just playing with it. And if we truly understand, it doesn't have to be so massive and great. It can be as simple as having a neighbor smile. Something that's great. Having somebody come by here and eat something, ministering to somebody and tell them that they just all right. So many people are walking around there are not being affirmed. They have the inability to touch out, but nobody has told them who they are for real. And if you have tapes that play in your head with stuff that's different, you don't feel that's what you do. It's our job to bring a message of hope. It's our job to bring a message of love. It's our job to pick people up when they feel like they can't live it. We have to see the need and not be so self. Now, G, you just said you want us to be self-aware. I do, but I don't want you to be so self-absorbed and so self-conscious that you miss your brother's needs who's right in the front of you. I close with this. Yesterday, I was about to be mad at me. I was laughing at her. Because you know when you do stuff out there. Well, let me go back to last Sunday. Because sometimes we have to go and fit in, and sometimes you have to fit out. What do you mean? So when I went down the road last week, hey, preacher man. Hey, preacher man. Can I get too loud? Hey, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You got something funny, man. You got something funny. Guess what? I did. I gave that sister $2. I gave the other man a couple $. I had it to give. I said, this gonna cost you though. All it cost me was a chance to pray. See what you're saying? Sometimes we have to be wild. Sometimes we have to fit in. But sometimes we gotta fit out. We gotta be who we say we are. Now this collar don't make me who I am, but it does represent something. And hopefully the life that I'm leading is representing who God wants me to be. What am I saying? Y'all, we got work to do. And it's going to cost us a little something at times. And so yesterday, when you do stuff like that, it's going to cost us something. Wayne, talk about him. He said, oh man, one lady called, all he had was a 20. You know, sometimes you pull out some money, I'm talking good or helping somebody. You hope it's the one with the flies on the top, but you can't see a 20, you know, you got to double it, you give it up. I'll tell the story and I'm done. I had a little boy in our last church. We had a store on the corner. He went in there and he's stealing cigarettes. Okay? Stealing cigarettes. Literally. I walked in one day and the owner said, he can't come in here. He owes me so much money. He steals cigarettes and he's stealing them and all that kind of stuff. I said, what's his bill? He gave me the bill. And I paid it. I said, wipe his slate clean. Now I hear said, wipe his slate clean. If you could have seen the little boy's face, he probably was surprised how he was. The preacher from down the street paid my bill because I'm stealing cigarettes and I'm underage and I shouldn't be smoking when he still took care of it. That is a non-judgmental act that's required for us to help people learn how to church. When you have a person in your life who will interact with you non-judgmentally and give you the ability to feel good about yourself and not shame yourself. It gives you the ability to say, okay, maybe I am all right. Maybe situations have pushed me to a place. This is the only kind of coping mechanism that I have, but somebody likes me enough. Somebody cares about me enough. Or somebody has enough God living on the inside of them because they are carrying the death and the resurrection of Christ on the inside because they are a horrible vessel as well. But they have power to transform them. Maybe they have power to transform me. That's what this whole thing is about. That's what we got to do. Self-sacrifice. You can't take that junk with you. Miss it. God gave it all. Jesus died on the cross, gave it all for our little raggedy self. We don't even want to take 15 minutes to intercede for somebody. Does that equate? Absolutely not. We can get to the point. We care about God's creation because we understand they were created in the image of God. And we don't selfishly take our salvation for granted. But we want somebody else to experience His love. Amen. Let's pray. God, thank you for changes in the future. God, I pray that this word follow good ground. Teach us how to cha-cha. Teach us how not let the backward step keep us from making forward steps towards you. God, thank you for your love and your kindness. And I ask that you bless everybody under the sound of my voice, that you continue to empower and equip us to do your will. Bless PCF Church as we stand and we sit here at this strategic location that you positioned us. Let us fulfill your will. Let us hear your voice. Let us do everything that you call us. God, I pray for physical health for all of us. Protect us from COVID. Protect us from the flu. Protect us from anything that will hurt our bodies. And we be active and strong. Bless our minds that we be able to focus on you. And give us a mind to pray. Love our neighbors as you love us. In Jesus' name. Bless us.